Good morning, artist. Mrs. Langless here, and today we are going to be working on making a butterfly. So at the end of today's video, you'll have a butterfly that looks a little bit like this. And the cool thing is that not only do we have this butterfly, but we'll also have the one that we cut it out from. All right, so last week you might remember that we worked on a caterpillar, and the coolest thing about caterpillars is that they eventually turn into beautiful butterflies. So let's take a look at this butterfly picture real quick. Think about what happens on a butterfly. Do you notice that, the center is their body, of course, but each of their wings looks exactly alike? It's a mirror image. This is called symmetry, when one side matches another. You might remember when we worked on creating a heart back in the wintertime, we also talked about symmetry. And so a heart is also an example of symmetry. So you'll notice that this side is the same as this. Well, with a butterfly, it's the same thing. So we're actually going to use a similar process to what we did back then. Before we get started, however, I just wanted to show you a couple of beautiful pictures. Butterflies, I think, are one of the most amazing things in nature. And I think it's so cool that caterpillars, transform into these beautiful creatures. One of my favorites right here is a monarch butterfly. Right here, the orange and black. Okay, so in order to get started today, you will need a piece of paper and a pencil and a pair of scissors. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our piece of paper and we're going to fold it in half. And I'm noticing I'm a little hazy here. Hopefully that will come into focus. So I'm just going to take the edges of my paper and line them up together using my fingers. Once I have them lined up, that is when I'm going to make a crease. So I'm just going to press down, and now I'm making a crease along this edge. Now, I want you to find the folded edge. So this is the open edge. This is the folded edge. This is where we're going to do all of our drawing today. So at the top of our folded edge, or I should say toward the top, we're going to make half a circle. So we're just going to make a curving shape, that looks maybe kind of like this. Now, if yours is a little bit different than mine, no big deal. Just kind of a circle or oval shape. This will be the head of our butterfly. Now I'm going to make the body shape. So this is going to be a long oval coming down just like that. Now the most important part of the butterfly, of course, are the wings. That's where all the beautiful colors are, and that's what allows the butterfly to fly. So starting around the body right here, just underneath where the head is, I'm going to bring my wing shape out to take up this paper and then down. Now you might have noticed in these pictures that wing shapes are different depending on the butterfly. So this one, has kind of some bumpy edges, and then the lower wing is a little bit different. So you could really experiment with different wing shapes as well. So here's what I'm going to do. I think I'll try to make a butterfly that looks a little bit like this. So what I'm going to do, and actually I will put that right under here so I can kind of look at it. I am going to create, see if I can scoot it over so that you can see. I'm going to start right about here, and then I'm just going to create a curving shape that comes out and then rounds back down to about halfway on the body. Now I'm going to create another curving shape that comes down, but this one is going to have this cool little, it almost looks like a tail here on the wing, and then it's going to come up. And again, if yours is a little bit different than mine, that is okay. All right, now I've got my butterfly shape. So now it's time to do some cutting. So grab a pair of scissors. Mine disappeared, but I just found them. So grab a pair of scissors, and what we're going to do is we're going to follow the edge that we made. So you want to start on the fold itself. So not on the open part, but on the fold or the crease itself. And I'm just going to go around the head, and then when I get to the body, I'm going to turn. So I like to use my other hand to kind of steer my cutting. And around that wing, all the way, and into this little spot where the wings join. And you know, I've gone off track a little bit of my lines, and that's not a big deal. Those lines are there just to guide you. If you go off track, it's not a big deal. And now I'm going up and around and back to the body. And now I'm going to turn this corner. Aha. So I'm going to save this part because I still want that. And then I am going to open up my beautiful butterfly. Now what you'll notice is that I've got the lines over here, but not over here. So I'm going to go ahead and complete that right now. I'm just going to take my line and I'm going to continue it all the way down to here. Okay. So there's the body. And then I just need a line that comes to the center for the other wing. All right. So for today, this is as far as we're going to go. We're just going to work on making our actual butterfly. Next time, we're going to make patterns on our butterfly and add color. So hold on to this for next week, as well as this part right here, because this can be used for an additional project. All right, so keep these safe, and I will look forward to working with you on some beautiful butterfly color and patterns next week. Take care, everyone.